Time for Clips and Quips. Well, it's a good news for beer drinkers. An Italian study says those who drank a pint of beer a day had a 31% decrease in heart disease risk. Beer can also raise HDL, the good cholesterol in your body. Earlier, Harvard studies found that beer can prevent blood clots. How about that? And reduce the risk of stroke and can lower the risk of diabetes in middle-aged men by 25%. And it found high levels of silicon in beer can be good for bones. That's based on just one beer a day, not a six-pack. And a warning, you can't substitute beer for your multivitamin either.
In case you were worried.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, budgets are tough everywhere. Just to our west in Windsor, Missouri, they've cut back on the toilet paper supply. Last week, a resident asked the Board of Aldermen if she could do some fundraising for the city. She said the men at the city's public works barn had been supplying their own toilet paper. Although several city officials had no idea, it was confirmed the decision was made because the men were using more toilet paper than the men. So they decided they'd have to pay for it for themselves.
I think that was the men more than the women.
More than the women.
Oh, yes, that's true.
The men more than the men.
Yes.
But, I mean...
Interesting.
Yeah.
With some building, supply toilet paper, if you bring your own, it might be a little nicer, too.
Yes, more plush, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably aren't buying the stuff that you could get at the store. Time for Clips and Quips. March Madness kicks off tomorrow and kicks off today, I should say. And a survey predicts productivity will plummet as nearly a third of workers will spend as much as 3 hours per day watching the college basketball tournament. It's an annual poll. Gray and Christmas Incorporated estimate that the almost month-long tournament will cost American companies $134 million in lost wages, as an estimated 3 million workers spend between 1 and 3 hours watching the hoops.
Huh.
It's one of those where our work is kind of the exception. Since we're airing the games, we can't really work, at least on screen.
That's true, yeah. There's a couple days we won't be airing certain shows.
Brings up the question, should the boss turn the TV off and make sure you're not watching?
That's true. Or, are you allowed to listen to it on earbuds?
They turn the TV off, then it could lead to people, checking their phones constantly.
Right.
At least it's controlled if the TV's on.
It's never ending.
That's true. Well, yes?
Oh, I'm just mumbling.
Oh.
You can go ahead.
All right. Eating while watching TV can be hazardous to your health, to your figure. We all know that snacking adds unnecessary calories, but a new study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition says the worst snacking is while sitting watching TV, especially late in the day. It's called distracted eating. Distracted eaters don't pay close attention to how much they have eaten. Many wind up eating 50% more than they otherwise would consume. It is okay to text and watch TV, though. It's safe.
It makes sense.
Sure does.
You're just kind of grazing, and I get it.
Adds up.
Especially right before bed, I imagine,
Yeah.
We could ask Sarah. We should have brought her over here.
Having some nice buttered popcorn right before you go to sleep, huh?
Sounds healthy.
Yeah. Well, businesses are doing a good job of keeping consumers happy, but the American Consumer Satisfaction Index shows not all retailers received high marks, and some of the best known have the lowest scores. Walmart tops the list at the bottom. Video streaming service Netflix comes in second. Other familiar brands in the area, CVS, Sears, and Walgreens. Others at the top and the bottom of the consumer satisfaction group include this group here. They're all big companies, though.
Yeah.
They have lots of customers.
But nothing is more irritating when you need to talk to a real human being or something.
And you can't find one.
Right, or they just don't have good customer service. They just don't care.
It is, though, almost impossible to please everyone. No matter what the company is, or where you are, how big or how small there's always that, one customer.
Save it. They need to cater to my every demand, and I want it now.
You see?
You are their ideal customer, I'm sure. They love it when you call.
Yeah, here he comes. Shut the door.